Welcome to week 3, and in the true fashion of a cram course setting, we already have exam 1 coming up. By the way, you'll just have a final as well, and you'll notice it's 25 points. When you compare it to so many of the other assignments, it's not as much. Especially in my cram courses, but as a general rule, I don't put as much weight on the exams as maybe some other professors. The real challenge is keeping up with the work, watching the videos, the notes, the papers, and what you'll see with this exam, it's also a paper and not a multiple choice. Some of you are going to find this more overwhelming, all these papers, but this gives you an opportunity, instead of trying to memorize stuff, to actually put together something and articulate what you've learned from the class. If you have questions on what's wanted, so for example, when I say it's not a research paper, what I'm saying is just use the material we've covered. Okay, so you're kind of just beefing up what you normally do on Sunday, put into something based on your choice for the exam. Okay, and then you're going to be doing the vocabulary paper, which is going to be probably the most significant learning experience for you when it comes to learning terms. In fact, as I even kind of re-look through some like my lectures that I use for these chapters, what I really hope you understand is that this labor theory, the discussion of industrialization and nationalism and the responses to capitalism, this section is really giving you information that helps you understand the world that we live in a way that many other classes may not be able to do. Because currently we are dominated by global capitalism right now. And the conditions that capitalism has created on the positive side and the negative side still exist in many ways that we are discussing from this chapter. And yet we have very bizarre things in the modern sense, such as the Communist Party of China is the largest communist party in the world, and simultaneously now has advanced capitalism in the nation in China. And so, a lot of things have really morphed in ways that are probably, one could say, not foreseeable in times past. In any case, this section, for all of the information that you're getting, if you can grasp nationalism, socialism, communism, and Zionism, and colonialism, and all the isms, and you look at all these different developments that have taken place, again, you will be much more adept at approaching the modern world and understanding the issues that are taking place throughout the entire world. So I hope that you actually get excited about this, even though for some of you this may come off as a little bit boring first in the start as well. But again, now that you're in grown-up people land, so many of the younger students and those of us who are older, you start to really grasp the importance of this, and it becomes easier to appreciate and listen to. While when you're in high school listening to labor theory and talk about surplus and industrialization, it doesn't necessarily, it's not going to stick as well, Anyhow, I'll leave it at that, and I hope that you had a good weekend, and again, I try to be available for you. I'll be working from home mainly tomorrow, so tomorrow's a good day to catch me if you'd like to just kind of go over things in a little bit more detail. Then Tuesday through Thursday I work basically 10-hour shifts at a kids center, and I'm a little less available and I'm pretty burned out, but you can still hit me up and try to get a hold of me on those days, as I mentioned. I want to encourage texting and calling, especially when you're questioning things. So I have a few students doing that. I always will have some students that are still nervous about that. Again, for an online setting, that is an appropriate way to help the professor and the student get come to understanding if there's any confusion. So please text or call me if need be. And that's it. Okay. Bye.